1-1. Coville Martyr winds, fires, pitch below the knees for ball 2. Two and one. Pitch high and tight. 3-1. Outside of the leadoff walk, Coville Martyr has not been behind in a 3-ball count. 3-1. Up the ladder, ball 4, and Lee draws her second walk of the game. So she's on with one away in the bottom of the 4th, and Kaylee Isle will step to the plate. Isle, one of the 7 strikeouts in the game by Ella Coville Martyr. First pitch runs across for strike number 1. You kind of get the feeling if you're in JC, even though you've only been able to produce base runners by way of walk today, kind of get the feeling you're one hit away from really opening something up. Beautiful strike on the outside corner from Coville Martyr, and the count goes to 0-2. One away, bottom 4. Plainswomen trail 2-0 on the scoreboard, brought to you by Rudy's Tires. They can even come to you at the farm. If you can't get to their location, visit rudystires.com for more. 0-2 pitch. High and away, back pick down to first, and Lee steps back in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One and 2. Pitch delivered. Isle lifts it to the backstop, foul. Count will remain. Talked earlier about this kind of being a big stretch for NJC. WNCC, they're in that 5, 6, 7 pack. I think they've got enough positive games for them remaining. They're still in a realistic shot of maybe getting into the top 4. 1-2. Isle lifts it foul down the left field side, now to play. Count remains 1-2. But by and large, through the play we've seen so far, Trinidad, Otero, NJC, McCook, those are the 4 that look like they're destined for the Region 9 postseason. One-two pitch inside corner, called strike 3. Down looking goes Isle. 8th strikeout of the game for Ella Coville Martyr. The first looking. NJC's at least been swinging on most of their strikeouts. Blake Duncan will come to the plate. She popped up in foul territory her first time up. Now with 2 outs, she takes a healthy rip at the first one. Foul for strike number 1. Oh and 1. Coville Martyr. Pitch rolled below the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike. Two away, bottom 4. Pitch up and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. The only time Plainswomen have had base runners is when they're ahead in the count 3 pitches into an AB, like Duncan is here. 2-1 pitch, hammered by Duncan, out to left field. Wind carries that one over, and Briley Dean, the easy catch, and that is that. Plainswomen get a runner on by way of walk again, but still find themselves down 2-0 as we head to the 5th next on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Back to Mason Field we come for inning number 5. NJC trails McCook 2-0. Fifth inning brought to you by Gordon Insurance. Be prepared for everything life throws at you. Car insurance, farm insurance, life insurance, crop insurance, all at Gordon Insurance. 970-526-6139. Reagan Faringer out for her 5th inning of work. Top of the McCook order due up. Lila Gutierrez, Angela Banzet, and Andy Suhai. First pitch low and in for ball number 1 to Gutierrez, who's walked and singled and scored a run today. Or walked and struck out, pardon me. Faringer, 1-0 pitch, hammered foul by Gutierrez, and the count evens out at 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors, 4 left on for McCook. No runs, no hits, an error, and 3 left on for NJC through 4 innings of play. Faringer, 1-1 pitch, called strike on the inside corner. That was a Boulder level of liberal inside corner. Gutierrez had to duck out of the way of that one. 1-2 pitch. Dips below the knees, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Faringer, 2-2 pitch, hammered foul. There have been a lot of well-struck balls by McCook. Been a lot of well-struck balls by everybody. But with the wind in, it's definitely wreaked havoc. 2-2 pitch, just off the plate. Count will run full. 21 miles an hour in off the center field fence today. Three and 2. Pitch, pop to the backstop, foul. Will do it again. Faringer, 72 pitches in, 49 strikes, 23 balls. 3-2 pitch, popped up, sails over the Plainsman dugout. Will do it again. Been a lot of deep counts for McCook today. Gutierrez the 2 deepest. 10 pitches in the walk back in the first inning. This next one is the 10th of this at-bat. Faringer. Pitch will be popped up. Shallow left field. The shortstop Ava McComas over. She'll make the catch for out number 1. A normal day, that ball probably ends up in the glove of center fielder Savannah Waldrop. Instead, it ended up in the glove of the shortstop over in left field. One away, and Angela Banza to the plate. She had a bunt single back in inning number 1, grounded out to second her last time up. Faringer, first pitch, runner, up and in for ball number 1 to Banza. Early aggressiveness has given McCook the edge. Faringer, pitch, again up and in, and the slap attempt to Banzet held back. Two and 0. She'll run this one across the plate for strike number 1. Faringer. 2-1. Slap, shot, foul. 2 and 2. Faringer will wind and fire. Foul tip couldn't be squeezed by Lee behind the plate. Count remains 2 and 2. Usually slappers look pretty comfortable in what they're doing, and I don't know that Banzet is necessarily a slapper per se. taking a lot of slap hit approaches right now. Little runner knocked off foul. A lot of slappers are actually swinging over the top of the ball and down, trying to get those ground balls. She's running slap approaches underneath, almost like what Ichiro did for the Mariners. 2-2 pitch, belted out to left field, curves foul. There's no one way to play this game. It's always fun analyzing the myriad of differences on the different approaches. 2-2 once again after 4 straight foul balls. Faringer winds, fires, ground ball, finds its way out into left. Banza got a little over top of that one, was able to keep it down on the ground for the 5th hit of the ball game for McCook. A 1-out grounder in the top of the 5th. McCook leads NJC 2-0. Into the plate comes Andy Suhai. Suhai plated a run back in inning number 1. Popped up to the circle her last time, and out comes Coach Gertner to have a conversation with his infield. The early jump that McCook got with the base running aggressiveness and what have you that plated the 2 runs in the first inning, I would not unexpected. That's McCook's identity. That's who this team is. Stealing bases, getting 2 on ground balls, that kind of thing. And they did all that in the first inning. You had that edge, you've had that control, you've not been able to plate something. This is really that portion of the game where you feel like, hey, we need another run of insurance. Not that Ella's done anything in the circle to indicate she might blow up, but NJC has the offense to be able to force that change here over the last 3 innings. So you really want that run, and Coach Gertner recognizing that, I would think maybe changing a little bit of the approach defensively, as Banza is not exactly slow on the base paths. First pitch up the ladder for ball number 1 to Andy Suhai. Faringer. 1-0 pitch, grounded foul, and the count will even out at 1 ball and 1 strike. And it's just one of those situations, I think, right here as well. Coach Gertner is a very big momentum guy, just kind of reading the feelings and that kind of thing. And you just kind of feel like NJC's been sitting back on their heels right now. You know, they got back early, and it's kind of that prize fighter that's gotten rocked, and you need to be aggressive in this fielding sense to put this one to bed. Good aggressive pitch up the middle, popped up to short by Suhai, and McComas makes the catch on the pop-up for out number 2. Banza remains at first to Lexi Knapp, the first baseman, who's popped up twice on the infield. Once to short and once behind the bag at first. Faringer runs one up underneath the hands of Knapp for ball number 1. '86 pitches in for Reagan. 1-0. Inside corner, evens the count out at a ball and a strike. One and one. Faringer winds, fires, pitch, smoked foul, left field side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And having covered, McCook was always a rivalry even back in the early days of Tom Meyer's tenure. It always seemed to be the softball games that I was here for, and we have had quite a few games just like this one. There's not a big gap between these 2 clubs. Every little bit will matter. 1-2 pitch up the ladder, 2 balls, 2 strikes. It'll be a game we'll relive back on our intermission on 94.5 The Ranch from April of 2017. One of my favorite walk-off wins in Plainswoman softball history. 2-2 pitch, smacked foul. Count will remain with 2 away in the top of the 5th, and McCook leading NJC 2-0. Faringer. 2-2 offering. Rise ball, too much of its namesake. Takes the count 2 full. Counts worked full 4 times in the game now. First 3-2 walks and a pop-up. 3-2 pitch. Grounder foul. Third base side will do it again. Those are also the only at-bats that have seen beyond 7 pitches in them today. A .667 on-base percentage when McCook has worked Reagan Faringer past 7 pitches in an AB. It's a good line. 3-2. Off-speed was ended up. Knapp couldn't hold back on the swing and has to get a piece of it back foul. Banzup was moving. Two outs in the top of the 5th. 3-2 pitch popped up, foul territory. Wind pushes it over the Plainsman dugout. 10th pitch of the at-bat for Knapp. Banzup stands on first. Pitch will be smacked on the 3-2 out to right field. Right in, she'll make the catch, and that will end the inning. No damage done off the leadoff walk. The Northeastern Plainswomen trail 2-0. We head to the bottom of the 5th next on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Northeastern Plainswomen trail McCook 2-0 as we welcome you back to Mason Field. Bottom of inning number 5. Aubrey Wright, Reagan Faringer, Ryan Urich due up in this 5th inning as the first pitch from Ella Coville-Martyr is waved out by Wright for strike number 1. Coville-Martyr has put together a gem thus far. 63 pitches through 4 innings of work, 8 strikeouts, 3 walks, the only base runners she's allowed. 0-1, popped off foul by Wright, and the count goes to 0-2. Plainswomen have had their traffic, had runners on second twice in this one, left them on. Coville-Martyr, 0-1, rolled to the plate, or 0-2, pardon me, rolled to the plate, 1 ball, 2 strikes. One and 2. Pitch below the knees, ball 2. Martyr, a 2-2 offering, hop to the plate and runs the count full. Watched Ella pitch last year when NJC and McCook played, and in the Region 9 tournament, both against NJC and others. She's pretty durable arm. 3-2 pitch, hammered by Wright out to center field. Long run, and the wind hangs that one up, and Banzup able to make the catch just shy of the track. On a normal day, that's out. Rarely do you see Coville-Martyr miss a pitch like that, and Aubrey Wright nearly made her pay. But she's put down for the first out in the bottom of inning number 5. That'll bring Reagan Faringer to the plate. She's one of the 8 strikeouts so far by Coville Martyr. First pitch, foul tip off the glove of Gutierrez for strike number 1. What you have seen out of Coville Martyr is once she rolls past about that 80 pitch threshold, you see kind of that pliability a little bit lost in the command on the edge of the zone. A 1 pitch foul back by Faringer. Count goes to 0-2. I bring that up because she's at 71 pitches right now. And I have not watched her pitch this year, I'll be honest. I don't watch any games inside the region outside of NJC. But just knowing the likelihood, and she just pounds one right down Broadway, and Faringer watches it by. 9th strikeout of the game for the Northeastern Plainswoman. Just the second looking. And with 2 away in the bottom of the 5th, Ryan Urich will come to the plate. First pitch, home run swing, strike 1 contact. The continued or expanded thought on that, once you get past the 80 pitch threshold, a little bit more movement there. You got to start over the plate a little bit more, and you're going to see some missed opportunities late in this game on pitches, just like we did for Wright, as Urich watches strike 2 by, and the Plainswomen behind 0-2. 8th time today they've been behind 0-2. 6 of the 9 strikeouts come from behind 0-2. Up the ladder for ball 1. The initial move said he was ringing that one up. 1-2. Close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, though, so. 1-2. Pitch, swing, and a miss. There's strikeout 10. Plainswomen down in order. We head to the 6th with NJC still trailing 2-0 to McCook. Game 1 of a Region 9 softball doubleheader on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. We head to inning number 6 back at Mason Field. The Plainswomen trail McCook 2-0. I'm Ben Blecka. 6 brought to you by Stubbs Gas and Oil. Sports fans, when you're traveling, you need the one stop that has it all on I-76. Take exit 66A in Wiggins and head to Stubbs Gas and Oil. Sadie Call, Anna Elliott, Briley Dean due up in the 6th. Reagan Faringer, first pitch, bounced foul, third base side for strike number 1. 96 pitches in. I can't remember the last time Reagan kept the pitch count in double digits. She's topped 100 every time I've seen her in tight. 1 ball, 1 strike. She kind of did that at Sterling High School. Yeah, that's just who Reagan is. She's living in her identity, and there's nothing wrong with that. 1-1 pitch, lined off foul. Count goes to 1-2 to the leadoff batter in the 6th. Not pitched poorly, 5 hits allowed, only 1 of the 2 runs is earned. Pitch will be bounced over to short, picked up by McComas. She'll throw a strike across the diamond in time. Route number 1 in the top of inning number 6. However you want to approach that identity, she's got to keep this 2-0. I don't care what you have to do to keep it 2-0. Keep it 2-0. Top of the order due up in the bottom of the 6th. Ella Coville Martyr is dealing right now. Anna Elliott will watch first pitch high for ball number 1. She reached on a bunt single her last time up, one of the 5 hits allowed today. With the wind blowing in, it's backed off a nice little bit right now. Up and away goes the 1-0 for ball number 2. Faringer. 2-0 pitch off. Speed swing and a miss for Elliott, and the count will take it to 2-1. Don't see any signs defensively of Faringer starting to live more in the off-speed zone as she goes back to the fastball across the middle of the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 away in the top of the 6th, trailing 2-0. 2-2, pitch popped up behind the plate to the backstop. It pings off the fence. You would normally think that Isle and McComas up the middle would get tighter to the base paths if you were just going to have a lot of changeups from Faringer. 2-2 pitch, bounced third base side, picked up by Duncan. She'll throw a strike just in time across the diamond to get Anna Elliott for the 5-3 putout. At left side of the infield, not a lot's going to get through him, and Duncan, who is a middle infielder by trade, has moved to the hot corner very nicely and displayed the strong arm to get the second out in the top of the 6th inning. It'll bring Briley Dean to the plate. She'll pop it up. Third base, Duncan there. Camps and catches. That's that. Lanes them and get McCook down in order. Keep it 2-0. They're top of the order, due up bottom of the 6th next on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Plainsman trail 2-0 as we welcome you back to Mason Field, bottom of inning number 6. Top of the NJC order due up in this 6 as they try to overcome this 2-run deficit. Ava McComas, Belle Bensavenga, and Savannah Waldrop. First pitch to McComas across the inside corner for strike number 1. She's walked and struck out today. One of 3 base runners to reach against Ella Coville-Martyr, all 3 by way of walk. 0-1. Coville-Martyr with the pitch. Home run swing, strike 2 contact from Ava McComas. Plainsman won the first 2 games in the series in McCook back on March 11th, 2-1 and 6-3. 0-2 pitch delivered. McComas, little fister over to short, and it's gobbled up by Andy Suhai on the pop-up for out number 1. That'll bring Belle Bensavenga to the plate for the Plainsmen. She dropped a sac bunt back in the first inning, has struck out since. Now with 1 away and the base is empty in the bottom of the 6th. Coville-Martyr, first pitch. Pounds on the outside corner for strike number 1. Nobody on this McCook roster, players or coaches, has defeated NJC. Even though the series was 5-2 last year, the 2 wins came by forfeits from NJC. Pitch for Belle Bensavenga bends foul, third base side. The two wins that NJC was forced to forfeit were 16-14 and 14-6. So NJC won all 6 last year against McCook. And that's something that weighs heavily on a team psychologically. You know, you're 0 for 8 against somebody. It's a huge weight. Coville Martyr drops one into the dirt for ball number 1. The game that they lost in the Region 9 tournament last year to NJC, Coville Martyr did not allow an earned run and still took the loss. 1-2 pitch up the ladder, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And it's just one of those things you feel like you're snake bitten at some point. And NJC needs to put the pressure on McCook right now, understanding that history. 2-2 pitch, Bensavenga rips it to the backstop. McCook needs both to get the season split with NJC. It's a tall task on the road, no doubt. 2-2 pitch up and into Bensavenga. That was the 85th pitch of the game, and Coville Martyr behind full. Three-two pitch below the knees, ball 4, and Bensavenga draws the walk with 1 away. And Savannah Waldrop will come to the plate. She's struck out twice against Coville Martyr. So 4 base runners, all by way of walk. And Coach Gerdner is going to come in, and I would presume Bensavenga, who is a catcher by trade, will be run for by Segoviano, who is the left fielder. That would be the most logical of entries here. And yes, Delilah will come in. Delilah played. She hit in both games against McCook, went 0 for 6, and she's been the flex position player now. Segoviano stands at first. So you're going to try and manufacture one again. Wind is picked back up in now off the right field fence, which means we just get to hear Savannah Waldrop's walk up a little bit longer. 1 away, bottom of the 6th. NJC down 2-0. First pitch to Waldrop. She squares to bunt. Segoviano takes off. She will swipe second. So she's into scoring position. An NJC team who hasn't stolen a base the last 2 weekends has a runner in scoring position on a 1-0 count thanks to a stolen base. And Savannah Waldrop took ball 1 on that square to bunt. Coville Martyr pitch up the ladder for ball 2. You can tell by her body language she feels she's getting squeezed on the top part of that zone. Coville Martyr, the 2-0 pitch. Waldrop watched that one by right across the heart of the plate. That was a beautiful pitch right there. He's strike number 1. Something that I think Waldrop might have been able to swing at, and you got to shake that from your mind right away and say, all right, next up. 2 balls, 1 strike. Coville Martyr, pitch delivered, bunt, pop to the backstop, takes it out of play, 2-2 now. Kind of like we talked about with the slap of Banzit trying to get over the top of it. You got to get over the top of it, and it's hard with Coville Martyr because there is a lot of mobility, a lot of pliability vertically in her pitches. 2-2. Pitch delivered, just off the hands, foul to the backstop. One away. Anything to the outfield, you would presume Segoviano is going to come home. Well, a hit to the outfield. Of course, you have to get a hit in the game first if you're going to ramble about that, but I just did. Pitch called, strike 3 at the knees. Great location by Coville Martyr for her 11th strikeout of the game. And now Lauren Lee to the plate. She's walked twice today. 2 away, bottom of the 6th. NJC's best scoring opportunity since the first inning when they had runners on first and second. Coville Martyr, first pitch inside corner for strike number 1. A wine and fire pitch dances onto the outside corner. No balls, 2 strikes. Displeased fan below us. 0-2. Pitch delivered. Lee lifts it over the backstop, foul. Count will remain 0-2.
Oh, got it. On the move.
Scoviano at second. Bottom of the 6th. Lee 0-2 on the count. Pitch delivered. Watched by low. Segoviano takes off and she will swipe third. So she's one bag away. The first time today NJC's had a runner at third, trailing 2-0. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the count to Lauren Lee. This is vintage Jenny Smock softball. Coville Martyr. Pitch delivered. Lee smokes it. Third base side, bending foul. Pass ball will see NJC try to score, one would presume. Haven't seen that today. Gutierrez has been solid on the backstop. Coville Martyr. 1-2. She'll wind and fire. Lee ropes it into the glove of Suhai at short. NJC gets a runner to third. Still can't do anything with it. They trail 2-0 as we head to the 7th on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Back to Mason Field we come. Top of inning number 7. NJC trails McCook 2-0. 7th brought to you by Buckeye Welding Supply. You have questions, they have answers, and they have the supplies too. Our area welders know what sets Buckeye Welding Supply apart. 330 South the 11th Avenue in Sterling. It'll be a tangle of the 2 pitchers to kick off the 7th. Ella Coville Martyr hitting for McCook against Reagan Faringer for NJC. If you were to tell Reagan she was going to give up just 1 earned run and 5 hits, while walking just 1, I think she'd take it. And she has pitched wonderfully in this game, but finds herself on the wrong end of a pitcher's duel to the lady at the plate as Ella Coville Martyr takes the first pitch inside for ball number 1. I will play into the superstitions until the 7th inning, and then I will actually say the word no matter who I am covering on the broadcast. It is a hyphenated word. It is often a dirty word to be said. But Ella Coville Martyr has a no-hitter going right now, having struck out 11 Northeastern Plainswomen. She takes a strike across, 1-1. She has pitched wonderfully today as Faringer delivers the pitch to Hopper to third. Picked up by Duncan and tossed to first in time for the 5-3 putout. And out number 1 in the top of the 7th inning. That will bring 9-hole hitter Anna Goodwin to the plate. Faringer, 110th pitch of the game, popped up, foul territory, first base side. Lauren Lee over makes the catch. for the second out in this 7th inning. Back to the top of the order in a 4th time through. Lila Gutierrez 0 for 2. She walked and scored the first run in the game back in the first. Since she struck out and popped up to third. Faringer. Rise ball, bunt, drop. Faringer picks it up, underhands it toward first. Did not get to first because it hit Gutierrez. Now the question, I think, is did it hit Gutierrez before she tagged the bag or after? You obviously can't try to hit the batter to be out. But Gutierrez is ruled out, having been hit on that throw. Coach Mendenhall is going to ask for clarification. Had to have been out of the base paths is the only call. We're going to keep it here as we head to the bottom of the 7th with NJC getting set to come to the plate. So that will be the second time for NJC, or for McCook, that a runner's been put down being hit by a ball, once on a bunt that they were outside of the box, and that one on the throw. So now we head to the bottom of the 7th inning, brought to you by Bailey Mechanical. Before you know it, your air conditioner is going to be a daily need in your life. Bailey Mechanical will make sure that it's ready to go on the maintenance. Call them 970-522-0471. Coach Mendenhall still protesting the call, but the ground ball to the mound, or to the circle, if you will, and then the throw over to first had to have been deemed that Gutierrez came out of the base paths, and that's why she was hit by the throw over to first. It keeps it 2-0. It doesn't matter if you like the call or not. The fact is, we head to the bottom of the 7th, McCook 2, NJC 0, and Ella Colville-Martyr is going to try and finish off the masterpiece, and NJC is going to try and spoil it and guarantee the season series against McCook. It'll be on the bats of Kaylee Isle, Blake Duncan, and Aubrey Wright. Isle has struck out twice against Colville-Martyr, 2 of the team's 11 strikeouts. She used to be the 2-hole hitter, now in the 5, but all that matters is she's the leadoff batter in the bottom of the 7th, and the first pitch she sees, she fists over to third, and it's snow-coned by Kaylin Jackson for out number 1 in the bottom of inning number 7. NJC's not done poorly at the plate. They've drawn 4 walks. They've had base runners. They had a runner at third last inning, and Blake Duncan to the plate. She struck the ball well her last time up. Popped up behind the plate her first time, drilled one out to left that Briley Dean was able to run down, and Duncan takes the first pitch in tight for ball number 1. Colville-Martyr. 1-0. Pitch hammered by Duncan, left field side, curving foul, will even the count out at ball and a strike. They've made Colville-Martyr throw pitches. She's over 100 pitches in this game. Again, a lot of really good contact for NJC. Several that have gotten to the outfield, but just haven't been able to put one down to eliminate the bagel in the hit column. 1-1. Pitch delivered. Runs up the ladder for ball 2 to Blake Duncan. Colville-Martyr, an all-region player last year. Blake Duncan, the 3A state player of the year back in the fall of 22. Up the ladder for ball 2. Of course, they play softball in the fall here in the state of Colorado. 3-1. Colville-Martyr pitch called strike 2 on the outside corner. Duncan was launching the bat away and had to quickly grasp it back as she'll see a full count. 1 away, bottom 7, NJC down 2-0. Colville-Martyr. 3-2 pitch. Duncan turns and tattoos the ball out to left field. Look up, look back, it's gone! No hits to the 7th inning, and it's Blake Duncan that gets the first hit of the game, a round tripper to make this a 2-1 ball game. My goodness. You know Blake has it in the bat. We have not seen her consistently get great power, but that's 2 in a row that she's struck well. The one to center field that was pulled down because of the wind, and now a home run. Plainswomen trail 2-1, and we'll have a visit to the circle by Coach Conroy to approach Aubrey Wright. Ella Colville-Martyr's no-hitter is now done. She has a one-hitter going on now. That, the one hit, and Aubrey Wright, she struck a ball well to center field her last time up. Once you're working a third time through, you're going to get good contact because you're more familiar with what you're doing. That visit to the circle there was to, hey, this is where she likes to swing. This is the opportunity you have here to work on her. Colville-Martyr, first pitch inside corner for strike number 1 to Aubrey Wright. Former Sterling Tiger has played hundreds of games on this field. Pitch delivered, lifted to the backstop. Count goes to 0-2 with 1 away in the bottom of inning number 7. And NJC now trailing 2-1 thanks to the solo home run from Blake Duncan. 0-2. Colville-Martyr winds, fires, pitch, pounded into the dirt, picked up by Colville-Martyr. She'll throw a strike just in time to get right at first for the second out in the bottom of the 7th inning. And the Plainswomen will pinch hit here. Did notice Coach Smock talking with the umpire between innings. I presume that was just a conversation about re-entering in Ben Savinga, but obviously was the awareness of a possibility of Tegan Kem being in there. Kem, who could pitch game 2, replaces Faringer at the plate for this pinch hit. Faringer struck out twice, and with 2 away, Tegan Kem will be charged with trying to get aboard as the tying run against Ella Colville-Martyr. First pitch low and in for ball number 1. Tegan didn't play the first 2 games that these two clubs met back on March 11th. 1-0. Pitch delivered. Kem will fist it to the backstop. 1 ball, 1 strike. One out home run here in the bottom of the 7th by Blake Duncan. The lone hit of the game to plate the lone NJC run. Still need another to come across. 1-1 pitch runs up high for ball 2. Ryan Urich is on deck. Urich 0 for 2 in this game, 2 for 9, 3 runs batted in against McCook, though, on the season. 2-1, Kem pops it up behind home plate, dancing in foul territory. Gutierrez makes the catch, and that is that. A solo shot for Blake Duncan gets the Northeastern Plainswoman 1, but McCook, for the first time in any of these players' McCook careers, has defeated NJC 2-1 in game number 1 of our doubleheader. 60-second break. We'll give you final numbers and head toward game 2 next on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Plainswomen fall in Game 1 of this Wednesday twin bill to McCook 2-1. Back for our post-game show. Brought to you by Advanced Agri Solutions. Water's key to your crop success. Advanced Agri Solutions has year-round and seasonal probes that will make sure you have the right amount of water. Contact Dusty or Roxy McCormick 970-571-2024. Plainswomen were no hit through 6 1/3. Blake Duncan's solo shot in the bottom of the 7th, the only hit and run of the game. They did have 4 walks in the game that they all left on. Final line reads a run, a hit, an error, and 4 left on for NJC. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and 5 left aboard for McCook. Ellicottville Martyr pitched a gem, even with the run allowed on the home run. 112 pitches, garnering the win in 7 innings, 11 strikeouts, 1 hit, and 4 walks. She worked from ahead for much of the game. 19 of the 26 batters she faced, she worked from ahead, but the Plainswomen did get a lot of solid contact as the game progressed, and she gets the win against NJC, as she's now this year pitched 14 innings, 1 earned run, and 21 strikeouts against the Northeastern Plainswomen. She is a great pitcher. But as we head to game number 2, none of that matters, because Ellicottville Martyr won't pitch. Reagan Farringer likely won't pitch for NJC. Both topped 110 pitches in this game. I mean, I guess they could, maybe in relief. But it's going to be a completely different story, and a big one, because NJC needs the win to win the season series with McCook, which could play into factor who gets home games in the postseason as the 1 and 2 with the top 4 getting in. And McCook needs the split just to avoid staying at 500, because this team's done nothing but split this season. So it is a big one, and well, NJC got beat by McCook for the first time since the 2022 season, and McCook got the win for the first time since the 2022 season. You wipe it all back off the board, and we head to game 2. Should be about 3:15 p.m. on the first pitch, and we'll have coverage of it for you right here on 94.5 The Ranch. Final score, McCook 2, NJC 1, Game 1 on the Eastern Plains.